Evening, guys. It's 10 o'clock. It's Friday. Best day of the week. Best show on the channel. Nah, I'm not allowed to say that, am I? Guys, it's the takeaway. Evening, gentlemen. I'm not on my own as usual. Full crew again. TalkMU, how are you doing?
Oh, good, bro. Oh, good. Yeah. How are you doing? You all right?
Yes, I'm glad you're back. Thomas, I said we sent out search parties for you, man. How you been, man? Long time no see.
I've been good. That's twice in a row now that I've been on. We've said it's been a while, so I'm gonna have to keep it less long next time. If that's how it's gonna work.
Yeah. Well, look, there's a Friday once a week, mate. So you know you're always welcome. Stuart, I haven't been on with you yet. How are you doing, my man?
It's an absolute pleasure to be on with you, Mr. B.
Oh, that's what I like. Checks in the post, man. Checks in the post, man. TalkMU, before we get going, a couple of things you need to do.
Yes. First thing I've got to do is just edit my avatar because it's just on a mad one. So I'm just going to pop that on for a second, and then I'm going to pop it back to that. And then hopefully, if folks in the chat, I don't know why I picked that one. There was a much better one I could have picked, but it was the first one my mouse flicked onto. Let me know if it should be all good now. Let's have a look. We should be all good. Let me know in the chat, folks, that is coming through loud and clear. But before we go any further, let's just mention we are now, as you all are aware, sponsored by GMS Global Mapping Surveys, who are currently assisting architects, property developers and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, monitoring. The link is in the description for the website and the contact details, so go and check them out. We are still working on whether there's going to be a discount code. I'm not so sure yet, but you know what? If you really do need their services, get in touch with us. We might be able to help you out. Code. I'm not so.
Oh, what happened there?
Oh, I don't know.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Gremlins.
Nobody was even speaking, was there?
No.
The ghost of Errol.
Yeah, you know what, Thomas? You're right. That's what it is. It was Edwin because he popped in earlier, as he does, trying to cheat on spot.
Trying to cheat. That's what I was about to say. He's too late. Yeah. Too late, Aaron.
Yeah, well, he was too early.
Get it up.
Right. Okay. Let's have it, folks. Here we go. So you know what we like to play the game here. Spot the ball. It's very popular. Let me just find it. 1 second. I'm just going to add it in. Yeah. So you know how it rolls, folks. All you got to do is check out the picture and tell us which square, so by number, you think the majority of the ball is in. They're so in the chat right now, right? So just tell us which square you think the majority, and that's the key word always with spot the ball, is the majority of the ball. So let's have some of that. There you go, folks. Feast your eyes on that, and then absorb it, think about it, really have a good look at what's actually going on there, and it may aid you in your decision making. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Mr. B. You waiting for
Gavin? Yeah, no. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
It's a tough one, that is.
It is. This is a proper cracker. Let me tell you. Anybody who gets this right tonight, I'm gonna be stoked for them because it is a difficult one.
Mr. B, you look deep in thought there.
Yeah, but I can't. My eyes are so bad. Everybody different directions.
Why do you think I make it so small, Mr. B?
I think I'll.
Also, if anybody has any idea what the team is that we're playing,
Schalke.
That might help you.
Schalke, I think he's right. Yeah, Thomas, you're right there.
Was Ralph Rangnick in the opposing dugout?
Saying nothing. Obviously, I can't say anything because you know.
Okay.
Gotta stay neutral.
I know that.
All I know is that we're playing. That's
I'm on United.
That's as good as I'm gonna get. Talk. Can we go through some of these comments, please?
Yes, bro. Let's have a look. So Where we at? So we got CeeLo HD Gamer in the building. Says Van der Beek, Lisandro Martinez, Anthony, Erik ten Hag, Van der Gaag, now Van der Sar, Manchester United, Ajax Football Club. Yeah, it's like a mixture of both, isn't it? Donny YT, big up to you, bro. I don't think I've seen you before. Says, where is this news from? We'll get to that, bro. Don't you worry about that.
Which?
I think he's talking about the Van der Sar.
Yeah.
Big up now, Kane as well. Bobby Kane, a building. Your big up, Bobby. Omundi saying Edwin as a DOF for Man United is a keeper. Okay. Yeah. Nice one, Omundi.
I think, how long was he thinking of
that? Bill Baggio, yo, Bill, big up. I'll message you on Twitter with the box number, Bill. I had Bill over a couple of weeks ago, and he's not. I don't know if he's fully forgiven me yet. But big up, Bill. Sandeep as well. Barrage. Don't believe the news. Well, this is what we're here to discuss, bro. To see if we do believe it and whether we think it's something that could actually happen. Bill Baggio says, I don't want a director of football unless he has full power. Again, that's something that we can discuss. Just a white circle talk. Oh, is he still? Oh, do you know what? I don't know why it does that. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're still just a white picture.
Yeah, let me. I'll get to that once I've done the comments. I'll have another look at it. It does that sometimes on my end. I don't know why, but anyway. Welcome to Stuart and a nice return from injury for Thomas. Yeah, he had an Achilles problem, but he's back. He's got an ice pack on as we speak, and I think Stuart's had some painkilling injections. I think their injections are still.
I've got the same as what Omondi's had. It actually stopped me going to the game the other night.
Oh dear!
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
Ross in the building as well. Yo, big up Ross. He says, big up. I think, is that Ross from the Aston Villa, South Africa? I think it is, isn't it?
Let us know. He'll let us know.
I think it is, yeah. So big up South Africa, man, and the Villa fans out there. Got a big fan base there, and he's the main man. Let's have a look here. Solo, good evening, gentlemen. Yeah, big up Solo. We've got FC United Forever. Let's go. FC United Forever. So I'm on Father Teddy watch. Have to break. All right. Paul Taylor as well. Hi again, guys. A bit late for last show. Ball in to our Rose. Or Rose Z. Oh, ball in box 2 or Rose Z. No, it won't be in Rose Z. The ball is in there somewhere. Sorry, go on. Are you going to say something, Tom?
No, I said it's there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Bill Baggio saying at the moment he's going to go for number 2. Don't forget, folks, you get 2 guesses. We give you 2 guesses. We're not that tight. Solo's saying 4 or 10. So that's Solo's 2 guesses in 1. So good luck with that, Solo, because you can't be right on both of them. So you're out. Omundi is saying tough spot the ball. Don't know the year or team as yet. So Omundi is now really working hard to try and figure out both what the year and what the team was. Omundi is going for number 11. Oh, okay. That's an early one from Omundi. I'll go for number 6 as FC United Forever. Yo, big up Mark Edwin in the building. Big up all the way from Australia. How you doing, bro? He's saying morning, everyone, because obviously it's a morning there on the other side of the world. Stumpy. My favourite name, Stumpy Can't Stop. Love it. Before I even saw the picture, I predicted box 3 during the first show. Okay.
Oh, God.
You having it? All right.
Right, guys. The reason why we are actually here. Van der Sar. What are we looking at? Is Murtock going to give up the power? Do we feel that Van der Sar will come? Although there was a couple of quotes that he did make. I know Talk will have them up halfway through our little chat here. But Van der Sar, guys, you having him in or not?
100%. I think I'm
100%.
I'll let Stuart and
day.
Thomas have a go. Before we do that, I will quickly read this. So it says, Man United make approach for Van der Sar at Ajax for director of football role at Old Trafford. The former Man United goalkeeper has been working behind the scenes at Ajax since 2012, when he originally became their marketing director. In 2015, he was promoted to the role of CEO and has overseen great success with the club. Man United have dipped into the Eredivisie on several occasions of late. Manager Erik ten Hag was poached from Ajax, as well as Lisandro Martinez and Anthony. Ajax have a reputation of one of the best run clubs in Europe, and United are keen to get Van der Sar on board. The report explains that the club of manager Erik ten Hag is said to have even contacted Van der Sar last week. It is not the first time that Manchester United have knocked on the door for the services of the general manager. 2 years ago, the club is also informed that then Van der Sar indicated that he did not want to leave Ajax yet. Great word, yet. Given the new direction United seems to be heading in, Van der Sar would perhaps be more open to a move this time round. So feast your eyes on that, get your ears on it, and let us know what you two guys think.
I think it's a no-brainer. If he's willing to come, get him in. If you look at the job that he's done with Ajax, and you have to look as well, and it's another credit as well that you bring to Ten Hag. Whenever he arrived at Ajax, they were sort of in a bit of a dry spell, like what we are at the minute. Hadn't won the league in a couple of years. They weren't really the giant that they are now, and the giant that they're known to be. They were in a bit of a mess, which, as good as things are at the minute, we still aren't where we want to be. And I think he might be the guy that could take us back. He's got experience of it. He knows the club. It's not like whenever Rio Ferdinand was linked and we all thought that it was going to be him. This is somebody with experience and knows the club. I think he's a no-brainer if it's possible.
Stuart, you taking him, Stuart?
Yeah, 110%. Exactly what Thomas said. You know, he's been in the role for 6 years at Ajax now, I think, is it?
I think roughly, yeah.
And he knows United inside out, so it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Come on. We've got half of Ajax players and everything else coming through, so get him in. Get him in.
What are you doing?
I mean, Bill Badgell's here saying he's wasted. I mean, what? I mean, he came in. He did, as I said, he came in at Ajax when they were in their dry spell. I mean, obviously, everything's a step up and everything's a transition. Surely, Bill Badgell, it's a job that he wants. No, we can't get some. Look, we've got Ten Hag in. Obviously, we know the top of the trees all effed up, but we got Ten Hag in, the manager that we wanted. We've now seen what he's doing, how he's totally transformed the club from, say, top to bottom, but from the top to the middle, definitely. Now, he obviously needs somebody who he trusts and who actually knows the job. We know Murtock has not got a clue, but the fact that he's willing to give up his title and hand it to somebody else, this is the part that I'm interested in. Is he going to be a director of football that comes in and just concentrates solely on football?
It's better than whenever we had. It takes you back to the conversation that Richard Arnold had in the pub when he said that, do you want a CEO making the decisions again and making the transfers again? This would eliminate all that. We would then have somebody who's completely focused on the football side. Whether if you've got Murto and Arnold, they'll be making football decisions, but they're always going to have the commercial thing in the back of their head. Whereas for Van der Sar or any director of football comes in, it's about the football and nothing else. The commercial side's down to those who belong in that department.
I think for me, you know what, the key thing, even for Van der Sar, that would be the level of freedom that he's got in the role. You know what I mean? We have to consider that because, you know, there are lots of other elements to the roles. You know, you've got to see the sporting side of it. I think there's 6 departments usually that they will cover. So first team, academy, player recruitment, analysis, performance, and medical. So there's loads of stuff that the director of football has to get involved with. So I should imagine for me, a lot of those are kind of, it's like, you can, you know, you deal with that because obviously Murto and Cole don't want to be dealing with, you know, medicals and all that kind of stuff and performance. You know, they're about the money, aren't they? They're about the money that's being spent. They're about, can we save? Can we work with this amount of budget, etc. But again, this is going to come down to how much power he will have. Somebody already mentioned that. And I think it's a good point because we will soon know because he's going to ask that question, surely. I don't know what you guys think, but surely that's the first question he's going to have is, look, you're going to ask me to come from Ajax, which I've been very successful at, into your club. Now, are you going to mirror the amount of control that I've got here, or even more so? Because let's not, you know, get these two mixed up because we are not Ajax. We're bigger than Ajax. I've got a lot of respect for Ajax. It's a great club, great history. You know, the total football, Cruyff and everything else is exceptional. But we're a bigger club than Ajax. That goes without saying. So with a bigger club becomes bigger responsibility. and therefore he's going to need to expand his arc of influence, so to speak. You know what I mean? So that's, for me, would be a concern that no doubt he will have, and that would come up surely early on in any negotiation.
You're silent there, Stuart. I know you want Van der Sar. What's your thoughts, man?
I don't think he's going to get a free rein, to be honest. But it's especially with the Glazers still there. But that's another subject. But he's not going to get a free rein. No way. That's my opinion.
So do you think he'll take it with his hands tied behind his back, though?
I think he will still take it. I mean, come on, he's got a lot of love for United, isn't he? Still, he knows the club inside out. But that's the only thing, isn't it, Mr. B? He's about having a free rein at the club. Is he going to get that? I don't think he is. But there you go. That's my opinion.
Do you think it could be a case of if they were to say to him in a roundabout way, okay, look, listen, we can give you what you're wanting, but not all at once. You turn up at the role. You prove to us that, okay, we know we've made massive errors in our spending and our recruitment. It's been shocking, right? If you can get into this role and you then go out and identify 1-2 players, bring them to the club for not for big major bucks, but they turn out to be fantastic purchases with the right attitude, the right mentality, etc., and fit in, and it works well, and Ten Hag's happy, and they fit into the squad and play. Maybe then it becomes a case of he expands his power by doing that. I don't know. That's just one angle I've got to look at it from, because obviously we need to try and look through every angle of this. We can't sort of be looking at it flat just for what it is, because as we know, our board and owners they're not flat. They're very, very complicated, overcomplicated for my money. We don't need that at the club. Oh, you're muted. Mr. Beast is Marcel impression.
Sorry. Do you think it's a 10? Do you think it was a Ten Hag? Do you think Ten Hag has anything at all to do with the fact that, I know we've been linked with him before, but do you think Ten Hag has a little bit of pulling power now that makes
definitely
clubbers?
I think it definitely helps. No, yeah,
definitely.
There's a reason that I do think that part of when we got rid of Rangnick was down to the Glazers, but I think another part of it was that Ten Hag maybe says don't want to work with him. Maybe this is why he didn't want to work with him, if that's the case, because he knew that somebody he knew and somebody that he trusted was coming along the line.
Do you know, it's a good point, that, Thomas, actually, if you think about it. Listen, Ralph Rangnick was a specialist, I believe, in different aspects of the role that he was signed up for, which he never got to, see through. And I'm not so sure whether the DOF, in terms of getting players and everything else, would be quite as strong as Van der Sar. I think, for me, Ralph Rangnick was more, the financial side of building the clubs up. That's the only way. That's how I see it. Not everybody has to agree with that. You know what I mean? But I just think that maybe if that's the case, then Erik ten Hag has sort of thought, you know what, I know what Van der Sar can offer. I know he's got a good eye. I know he understands the role. He understands me, more importantly, and my methods, my philosophy. That's huge, for a manager, for a DOF to come in who understands your philosophy, your game, the players you want, the attitudes, and all the other, isms that go along with that. It's absolute no-brainer. If, again, I'm sure it will come out in the press, but we'll find out at some time whether Ten Hag has, if he has put his voice to this.
100%.
We're all in then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Ooh.
All in.
So what we're looking at, guys, if we had an ideal start date, when we take it in
tomorrow.
And
tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow.
I was there thinking, okay, maybe New Year, because obviously
before the transfer window.
Danny, we had Danny Blind is the dad, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Daily
now he's being linked with the director of football job at Ajax. So it's moving. It's gonna move. We just want it to move really quickly.
But you know what, as well, the other thing is this all ties in with the fact that, I know we're slightly going off topic, but it does tie in really with the way the Glazers are now seemingly freeing up their grip somewhat in terms of not just the spending, but maybe also now the decision making, and maybe are more open to ideas from different quarters about, look, if you're trying to make the impression here that no, we don't want to sell this club, we want to keep it, we want to make it a great club, and we want to do this, that, and the other, then you've got to start, listening to what people are asking you and telling you to do. That's in the best interests of the club. Obviously, we all know we want them out. We all, goes without saying that, we do want them gone. But maybe this is just another attempt or another bowl.
Another lick of paint.
Yeah, not lick of paint, but another kind of showing from them to show potential suitors that, look, we're taking this seriously. So if you do want this club, you're going to have to stump up some serious big bucks. You know what I mean? I think, and if that's the case, then we can't lose, really, in my opinion, because they're doing the right, making the right moves. They're putting us in a good position, and maybe, just maybe, on the back of that, they start to see that actually, when you start making the right decisions, putting the right people in positions that they should be in, the football improves, the results improve, and we start to climb up tables and we start to win things. That's the byproduct of them trying to make it look like that we're actually good owners. So in a roundabout way, it's quite perverted, really, isn't it? When you think about it, they've not been good owners, but now all of a sudden, because people might be interested in buying it, they're going out of their way to be good owners, when it ain't that hard if you just follow the rules of what running a football club is all about. It's bonkers.
I mean, you said it, so you did call it, and as I said, I'm not gonna doubt you again. I doubted you a couple of times, and yeah, you yeah.
Silly boy.
Yeah, Is there any more choices? Obviously, we now know that Murtock is willing to give up his post
The
or the job that he does.
It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
Yeah,
well, I mean, it sounded like he was going to stay, didn't he?
I think he's stuck with Monaco now, or he's sort of came out and said he wants to stay where he is.
Actually, you know what? Now you've got to mention
if we had a choice, Mitchell or Van der Sar, who are we taking?
Van der Sar.
All day.
Why?
Because go on, Stuart.
Van der Sar all day for me.
Yeah,
reason.
100%.
No reason, Mr. B. No, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, no-brainer speaks for itself, Mr. B.
It's a no-brainer.
I mean, for me,
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, for me, just the relationship that he's got with Ten Hag, that for me is gold. It's pure gold, and we're in a great moment at the moment as a club. Where the performances are improving. Ten Hag is being true to his word about his rules. Remember the 10 Commandments that we did? I'm sure everybody remembers that. You know what I mean? Thou shalt not pass wind on live stream, Mr. B. Sorry, folks. Sorry to bring that up. I know it's a bad memory for a lot of people. It's mentally scarred. It's mentally scarred to some people. But you know what I mean? It's for me, for that reason alone, and again, with anything at our football club, so there's always a slight element of risk. But I think in this situation, I think the risks are low of it not being a success.
Not being a success.
I think another thing of it is earlier, as going back to the point as you're making earlier about making it more attractive to suitors. Is it just a case of the Glazers maybe taking their car for a wash before selling it to add value?
Saying that.
Yeah,
because they're doing all these things that were never done before. Some of it's small, but it probably helps them in that way, like painting Old Trafford red. It's a small thing.
Yeah. I bet there was. Can you imagine? I bet the conversation was, what colour is it? Oh, I like that blue colour there. And they're like, no, it's not blue, it's red. It's red. You know what I mean? You can just imagine it, can't you? But, look, it's all, for me, like I said, it's all heading in the right direction. And whether they, do you know, the big thing for me is I'm just waiting for rumours of investment for a stadium. That's where that, for me, once that starts getting mentioned, I think that's when they'll be putting it out there that, look, we are kind of trying to make it look like we're really, really serious here. Once they start talking, go on.
Yeah, I heard some rumours somewhere that we was in negotiations with the same architects that built Tottenham's stadium. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
I remember that over the summer, yeah.
Okay.
Because obviously they can't build up on the south stand, can they? They can't build out because of the train track.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I've not seen the Tottenham Stadium up close or anything like that, and but I know from just seeing it from the pictures and on video, etc., it looks quite impressive to say the least.
Oh, it's incredible.
You know, and
Stunning.
for me, we'll have this quick conversation. For me, they must keep Old Trafford where it is on that site, and they must also keep intact the Munich Tunnel and the Munich Memorial. That has to be incorporated into the design of the stadium, somewhere abouts where the team comes out. Maybe, you know, incorporate that into the new design, because we cannot lose that. That would be absolute sacrilege, and I'm sure the fans would just not have any of it.
I don't want a new stadium at all, personally. I think just...
Thank you.
I think this whole, like you said about they can't build over the south stand because of the railway track is a load of nonsense. I think it's just an excuse. Yeah, the train track's there, but I don't know if any of you that go to the games regularly as well. There's never anybody on that train. You can't just divert the train. But with the way architects are now, and it's so modern, surely you can build over it and put a tunnel there.
Yeah,
couldn't be that hard. I'm not an architect, so maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that's an excuse.
Maybe
I did some drawings, and it looked. I knocked up some drawings, and it looked quite good to me. So, and I'm not an architect, but you know, no, you're right, Thomas. Bang on with that, because you know, surely there is ways around that of being able. Of
course, there is.
To someone's trying to be able to do it.
Money. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Where were we? Drifted. Spot the ball. Talk. We're at that time of the show, guys. I know, Mark, you missed it earlier on. Let's get this off so we're not covering.
There you go.
Sorry.
I get rid of that one as well. Get rid of the banner, Mr. B. But we're all right. So, folks, have a look at this. Just tell me which box you think the ball is in. Pay close attention to what's actually going on with the teams. Okay, so that might give you a clue, because I know it seems quite obvious at the moment. Some people are thinking, "Oh, this is an easy one," but I did say this is a very difficult one. So have a little look at what people are doing and their gestures, etc., and where they're facing, and it might give you a clue as to what's going on. Now then, whilst I will leave that there for a moment while I just go through some more of the comments. I've got a few starred here. I'm going to start up from up here. Sorry, I'm just going to
I'll tell you what. Stick me at the that's it. So we can there you go.
So Paul Tierney's saying, like in some of your backgrounds, guys, flags, jerseys, quality, what players' jersey on the wall.
That's going to be for you.
Scholes dedicated sign to Thomas Ferguson and signed Ronaldo, and then there's other ones with a frame there.
Where do you live again? Big G's giving us a wave and saying evening. Big up to you, Gavin. How you doing, bro? Mark Edwin says, I reckon this is happening because the Glazers are now trying to please the fans or sell the club. Also, the Ajax contingent at the club. Yeah, absolutely bang on there, Mark. Absolutely bang on. CeeLo HD Gamer says, Ten Hag took Ajax's scouts and wants VDS. Yep, 100%. We still have the Glazers. They would F him over. Well, yeah, this is the thing, you see. We know what they're like. It's a delicate situation. Big G says, should be CEO, not DOF. He could do both, if I'm honest. Better than the Prats we have. Allegedly.
Is his job role at Ajax actually just director of football? Or is there more to it?
I'm sure there's more to it. I think there'll be more to it because obviously, he's, like I said, in the Premier League, I think, and maybe for most clubs, the director of football has 6 major roles. Now, again, which of those 6 roles, if they may move around from club to club. You got control of this, you got control of that and the other, but you know, I'm sure it differs from club to club. I don't think everybody follows the same sort of pattern, so to speak. HD Gamer saying he said 6, Mr. B. Oh, we got people shouting out numbers again here. Glazers are all in on 10. Let's roll the dice for them. It's happening. Let me get back to K Slater. Big up, K Slater. He says Rangnick was needed. I wish he had stayed. Yeah, I mean,
Ten Hag didn't want him there, did he? Ten Hag didn't want him there, did he?
I don't think
that's what we were led to believe. Yeah.
Good point.
I think it was
another one.
I don't think Ten Hag was overly impressed about having them over him either.
K Slater says the more football people in the hierarchy, the better. I like Van der Sar because he has continually refreshed Ajax. Yeah, with quality as well. Though that's key to it as well. There's some little conversations going on here. Clay Slater says Mitchell is quality. He's done it in multiple leagues. Yes, Van der Sar, but Paul Mitchell knows his leagues and role. So there's an argument for Paul Mitchell, but I think that boat's long sailed and has docked elsewhere, unfortunately. United could get a European champion VDS, and Ajax might replace him with a fellow one in Danny Blind. Yeah. Souls in the building says 20 in the chat. Please hit the. Yeah, sorry, we forgot all about that. Please, if you are new to the channel, do us a favor, hit the like, share, and the subscribe. We do appreciate it. It does support us and help us keep improving the channel. Mark Edmund says Glazers look like the products of right. Honestly, where's the chint? Oh, Mark, man. K Slater, good point. Mitchell is dope. Says on Monday. Yep. Talking about you when you say Mitchell, Thomas was talking about you. You're dope, bro.
I knew.
And Monday saying the whole area around Old Trafford needs refurbishing. He's telling me, man, that trip to
not rebuilding.
Yeah, a trip to IKEA could be on the cards. Yeah, some Dettol wipes first as well. There's rats and things running around. FC United forever. I can do it with a bog roll cardboard. She means making a model of Old Trafford over the train tracks. Yeah, good one. You know what? I'll tell you what, FC United forever. I'm with you on that. Let's get a project and we'll get it done and we'll get it sent to Old Trafford and go, yeah, here's our plans for the new stadium. What do you think? See if they put it up on their website or on Twitter. Yeah, so Monday's laughing at FC United with that nice comment there. And Paul Tierney lastly says the fact that Ten Hag has worked with VDS already shouldn't be understated. Yes. Has that over Mitchell alone? Though I'd take either. See, that's an interesting point.
That's a big point.
You think about that. I mean, yeah, Mitchell may have the geography, shall we put it? We'll put it in a geographical sense. He may have the geography over Van der Sar, but Van der Sar's got the know-how with Erik Ten Hag. So it's about the best chef having to read the book or the chef who's got the already exact recipe. I don't know. It's a difficult one, but I'm sure we'll find out. And then here comes Solo. He's saying 11 or 4.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Sorry. Oh, is it? Oh, sorry.
0, yeah.
Don't know what happened there, folks. I seen 11. Swear to you, I saw 11.
All right. Well, I know what number. You know what? I have I've changed my number. I'm going for. I know I'm not going to say it. Yeah, I've changed my number.
Yet.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. B, you've changed your number. Okay, look, there you go. Let's get that. Let's get some order back here, and here we go. Fizz bang wallop. Now then, over to you, Mr. B.
Guys, right back is a position that we have. I'm not even going to say we've struggled in because Dallow's been okay. Obviously, he's not going to be able to play the 60 games that he needs to play for us to win the FA Cup and the Europa League. So he's going to need a rest at some stage. Wan-Bissaka is nowhere to be seen yet. I think he's done. We've been linked with Frimpong, ex-Man City. Do you have any info? Oh, there you go. Right on cue. Thank you very much.
Let me just do this again and put Stuart where we can see him. There you go. I mean, these are just some stats that I found online. To be honest with you, I don't really know too much about Jeremy Frimpong, but I've had a little look around, and it becomes more like a right winger than a right back.
Yeah,
apparently when he's playing,
rapid.
Yeah. Now, I'll ask the question is because obviously we've seen what Dalot is, how he's changed his game somewhat under Ten Hag. He does like to come inside now and play narrower and get involved with what's going on more in field. which is obviously great, you know, and it does really find him in more closer in the infield, putting crosses in and stuff and getting involved. I don't know if this Jeremy Frimpong is capable of doing that, or I don't know. But if you look at his stats, I mean, cross to pass ratio is up in the 30s and the 40s. Accurate. I want to see that the passes to penalty area per 90 minutes is in the 20s. So that's not great. That's not high, but touches in the box per 90. So he gets in. He likes to get in the box. He's way up there. You know what I mean? And then there's lots of other stats here on the passing and the progression. You guys have a look at it. You guys break it down. Let me know what you think. What do you know anything about this guy? Any of you?
I've only heard of him last few days, to be honest. As usual, went on YouTube earlier, and he is rapid, very, very skillful player. He's ducked as well, isn't he?
He's ducked, yeah.
Anytime that I've watched, I've always gone in to watch Leverkusen. Normally, you're thinking more down the line of Florian Wirtz and Diaby, but sometimes he does catch eye as well. I've never really watched him in depth, so I don't know a lot about him, but he seems good, and like Stuart says, he's rapid and he's quite strong as well. Is another thing I will give him.
He's only a small fella though, isn't he?
He's very strong for his size though.
Yeah, very strong.
I see him bodying players. Then again, it's a Bundesliga. Premier League's a big difference.
I think they're talking about 20 million. I think, aren't they, at the moment?
Which is good.
Wow, I mean, for Man United, 20. Oh, sorry, Mr. B, you're on mute, bro.
I wasn't talking. I was miming. I wasn't talking.
Oh, okay. You're doing the mime again. I like it, Mr. B. I like it.
Yeah, those are the prices. Those are the prices that
you feel we got.
I want us to be paying for players. Not necessarily all the time, but these are not bargain. But it's not the 50 or the 60 mils. 20 million. Not saying we can write it off. You can never write off money, but if it doesn't work out, he's been at Man United for 2 years. We're gonna get our money back.
Yeah.
Sorry, go.
Sorry, you think about Mr. B. What do we pay for Malacia? 13 million.
13 mil.
So we could get Frimpong for 20 million, possibly. They're both young, left back and right back for the future Holland squad.
Good point.
Question for you though. Question for you.
Go.
Ethan Laird.
That was my point.
He has been very, very good. I work with a guy who goes to the QPR games. He said he's been absolutely fantastic. Would that then be holding Laird's progression back? Because then he was obviously be third choice. I'm going to assume that Ten Hag has got people watching our kids on loan because he was the one who got them sent there. So would that be holding his progression back?
100%.
I have absolutely no issues with calling him back in January and our two right backs being Dalot if he keeps up the form he's been in and having Laird behind him on the bench. I don't see any problems with that. Them two at right back. If we make a signing in January, I think we're going to get one, and I think we'll all agree that the one position we need at the minute is a striker.
I was just, you know what? For a second, I thought you was going to say right back, but you're right.
Yes, no, the guy.
You banged on.
You threw me right off with that. You think we need a striker? You think that the club can buy a striker in January?
I don't know.
Tony.
If we make
in January, you think we can get him in January?
I don't think January, Mr. B.
I don't think we're making two.
Changing the subject, guys. What's a lot of United fans are slating me for saying about Ivan Toney. He's English. He's young. He's gonna be going to the World Cup. He's got everything in his locker. He's so laid back. It's unbelievable, and he's a class act.
I would take
get him in.
I would take him.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, look, the club, we do need to, we have a habit of going for these big names. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We've seen the Ronaldo effect on the club, as we spoke about earlier on the previous show. And so, for me, you know what, a name like Ivan Toney, who is at the moment, in my opinion, he's in between, isn't he? He's on the verge of becoming a massive star. He's a big star in my eyes because I love him. I think he's a great player. Now, if he goes to the World Cup and he has a fantastic World Cup and he gets games and and he proves that, look, I'm not just a club player. I'm also an international player. I can play against other, types of footballers from different parts of the world, etc., and do well. His stock is going to go up. We all know that. So whether Man United would, if we would maybe show our hand early with any potential strikers now before the World Cup, because I think that's where, don't know if you guys agree, I will make this point and then you can carry on. But that's where right now, going into this World Cup, if we've got eyes on anybody, you think, whether it be Gakpo, Antony, whoever, Tony, you have to make some kind of move now early to get it in that register your interest now early. Because if you don't, set. Yeah, because if you don't,
what's it going to cost to get him as well?
Well, that's an interesting question. Yeah. How much would you say? Do you think?
At the moment, I'd say 40, 50 mil.
No way, 50. No chance. I don't even.
You don't think we're getting for 50?
No. Don't you reckon, Thomas?
What?
He's English and he's in the Premier League.
Yeah, but before the World Cup. I mean, 75. Obviously after the World Cup, if he performs, could be 80 million.
Yeah, I think we're talking more. Do you think Brentford's going to want to let him go?
Well, so they're going to put 10, 20 million on it, aren't they?
Well, Brentford want to let go of their most important player in the middle of the season.
I think if United show interest in him, he will make that move happen.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll go on strike and do the whole "I'm not playing," but behind the scenes, his agents will make that move happen. Definitely.
I love Marcus Rashford, but he's missing too many chances, Mr. B.
He's not a striker.
I love Rashford. No. Love him. He's missing so many chances.
It's killing me.
He's a winger and a striker.
He's a winger. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? I want to make it something. Yeah, I put it out last season. Was it last season or the start of this season? I don't know. That all his goals had come from the position of a striker and the blah blah blahs. But watching the past few games of him, he has been improving in my opinion, Marcus. But I have to agree now that he isn't a striker. He's not a striker. He has certain traits to his game that are not cut out for him to be a marksman. He's not a marksman. We need a marksman.
He doesn't have ice cold veins and he doesn't have ice running through his veins in front of goal.
No, and it's a shame, but you know what? I still believe he's got a huge part to play in what we're doing going forward. There's no two ways about that. But you know what? Listen, Mr. B, we're getting close to that time, so let us remove that and go back to that.
Right,
and now then, guys, here we go. So
let's get those numbers in, guys. You are allowed to change. Come on, talk. It's
you can change your mind. Thank
you.
Get your bids in. Get your bids in now, folks, and let us know. Oh, sorry, let me just get rid of that comment there. Where is it? I don't even know where it is now. It's gone. Get your bids in. Let us know which one you think it is, and we will reveal it very, very shortly.
21 in the chat. Let's have 21 numbers, guys.
Yeah,
or 42.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why I got 11 from. Do you know what it was? Because I was looking. I don't know why I was looking at number 11 on the image. But anyway, here we go. We'll start from here. No, we won't. We'll start from there. You got Real Reds talking a building. Yo, big up to you, bro. I've not seen you before. He says, wash hands. Yo, what are you doing?
Means, but big up, man.
No. Yeah. Number 1 is the team Besiktas, Leverkusen, or Boavista. Okay, so Bill's going for number 1. Mark Edmonds going for number 3. Let's have a look. Paul Tierney is going 11 or 2. We know Solo's going for 10 or 4. Mark Edmonds going for 1 or 3. I've already said that. I'm repeating myself. Big G is in the building. Mr. B, he's going for number 2. Do you trust Big G?
Nah, man. I can't. Not this.
Paul Tierney's going for 7 or 11. Let's have a look further down. There we go. Brush is in the building. Yo, big up, Brush. How you doing, bro? CeeLo is going for 3, 5, 8. It's one or the other. 1 and 3 all day, says Mark Edmond. Bill Baggio's going for 1. Big G's going for 2. A Bob is going for 3 and 5. And Anthony Herbert, yo, big up Anthony, one of our members, is saying number 2. So come on, then. Have a quick natter before we wrap this up, and I will reveal it shortly.
I think 10.
If you look at number 5, who is that United player, number 5? He's looking down, so you would say number 5, but I guarantee it's not.
That's what
Is it Nani?
I said number 11 just because Talk mentioned number 11 and it kind of threw him off. But I know what Talk's like. He threw that in as a curveball. I'm going for number 5. Yeah, I'm going for number 5.
It's got to be 5.
I think it's 10. I think the ball's coming down. If you look over there, just underneath number 7, the right back, it looks like I have no idea who that is, to be honest. Probably Gary Neville or John O'Shea, maybe, or something like that. It looks like whoever it is has switched the ball to the other side.
Let's first of all, we'll now discuss who the team is. So quickly, just who do you think the team is, Mr. B, that we're playing against?
Bruv, no chance. The other day, the kit was pink. And I guessed the wrong group, so no, I'm not even going to work out what team it is.
I think Thomas was right with Schalke. I'm pretty certain it is Schalke.
I think it's the 2011 Champions League semi-final, is it? With
I've seen nobody's put it in yet. Nobody's got it right. The team is actually in Marseille in the Champions League. Yeah, it's in the Champions League.
I'm a year early then.
In the 2010-11 season.
I'm a year. No, I'm not actually same season. Wow.
What was the score, Tom?
The score was.
Can't remember.
Well, we went through
2-1. It was 2-1 to us. That was the score.
Scored? Rooney.
I can't remember. Square 5 says Matthew Bassett. Yo, big up Matthew. He's gone for number 5 as well. Oh, there's a lot of people here.
It's too obvious. It can't be 5. It's too obvious.
Am I the only one that's gone for 10?
Okay, I'll tell you which ones it isn't because we're running out of time. So it's not number 6. It ain't number 4. It ain't number 8 or 7 or 9. It ain't number 2. It ain't number 1. It ain't number 5.
Too obvious.
It ain't number 5. It ain't number 7. So that is number 10. And Thomas said it. I was gutted when he said it. I was like, what? How do you know it's number 10? I thought.
It just looks like the ball's coming down. It was the right back who's giving it away.
Yes, you're right. The ball is coming down. It's just coming over. It's about just above where the 10 is. It's just on the edge of the 0 at the top of the 0 on the 10.
I'll send for my cash prize later then, all right?
Yeah, we'll send it to you as a postal order, bro. And I just thought everybody was going to go for either number 1 or number 5 because I don't know who that player is there in number 5 square for United. But it looks like he's facing that way, so it looks like he's going for the ball. So, yeah, I thought that one works quite well. So, big up to Thomas. And also, I think Solo and A-Bub also said, or maybe 10. So, I'll give you that, A-Bub. You get that for going on maybe.
We'll split the money.
Yeah, you'll split the money. We'll send you a postal order through the post. I don't know if it'll arrive or not, but we'll send it. It might go missing in the post, but there you go, Mr. B. And just before we go, let me just give us a shout out again for our sponsor, GMS, Global Mapping Surveys, currently assisting architects and property developers and construction companies all over the country, offering a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning and monitoring. The link is in the description, guys, for the website and the contact details. So if you need such services, go and check them out. So there you go, Mr. B.
Guys, it's time to wrap it up. It's been a pleasure as always. Thomas, where can we find you, man?
Twitter and Instagram, both the same handle at Thomas Mitchell _7, and of course over here in the Man United agenda.
Stuart, where can we find you, man?
You can find me on Facebook, Stuart Marshall, Instagram, Red Devil Stew 75, or on most match days at Old Trafford, I'll be in a Bishop Blaze all day before the game.
Blaze.
So I like, guys.
Nice one,
if
guys.
you did get it right, if you did get spot the ball right, well done. Even my backstage numbers weren't even close. So, guys, well done. Talk.
I admit I did change my answer a few times. I had 3 to begin, and 10 was not one of them.
Yeah, see, but you were confident in the end. So, fair play, guys. As always, it's been a pleasure. You don't have to be here, but you are. Thank you for that again. We are the agenda. Ooh, we got the watch along tomorrow. Talk.
Oh yes. Don't forget, folks, come and check us out. We will be live at maybe 5 o'clock or 1:15 at the latest. So come and check us out for the watch along. It's going to be an absolute cracker.
What are we going for? Quickly, guys. Score 2-1 United.
2-0.
Yeah, I've gone 1-1, but it's a winky 1-1. Everybody knows why.
We
1-1.
nudge. We nudge.
Yeah, the nudge. But guys, it's been a pleasure. Guys in the chat, thank you as always. Please be safe. Join us on the watch along. If not, join us on one of the shows rest of the week. Spread the word. This is the agenda, and we're out. Cheers.